When Fionn took the lead of the Fianna so true, their glory shone bright as the great morning's dew. With wisdom and strength he led without peer, and no braver captain was known far or near. His judgments were fair and his mercy was wide, yet none could outmatch him with spear at his side. He gave with a hand like the foam of the sea, and his word was as strong as the roots of the tree. And the Fianna stood proud in the forest and glens, the gardens of Ayr and the greatest of men. With courage and song did they brighten his name, and Ireland remembers the height of their fame. For the Fianna were more than mere soldiers in line, they were Erin's own shield, both of body and mind. The hunters, the poets, the guardians true, the pride of the land and the heart of her too. Oh, strong were the hearts of the Fianna, so bold, with oaths that were iron and stories like gold. Through trial and test their brotherhood true, the pride of old Erin in all that they do. Many there were who would dream of their fame, and many who came to give vow on their name. But few were the men who could stand through the test, for only the finest were counted the best. For the Fianna were chosen through trial and strain, through hardship of body, through test of the brain. They must leap to the brow and duck to the knee, and pluck out a thorn as they ran swift and free. Their braids must stay bound as through forest they fled, no branch could disturb them, no dry twig make them shed. Buried to the waist they faced spears thrown by 9, and show not a wound if they'd stand in the line. And no man was counted nor given his place till he mastered the poems, the songs of his race. For brawn and for wisdom together must stand, if he'd swear to the Fianna and fight for the land. Oh, strong were the hearts of the Fianna, so bold, with oaths that were iron and stories like gold. Through trial and test their brotherhood true, the pride of old Erin in all that they do. Not all were noble, the loyal indeed, for Conan the Bald was a strange breed indeed. Once caught in a fairy spell's terrible snare, they tore off his skin just to drag him from there. A black sheep's fell patch where his flesh had been torn, and he wore it in shame till the day he was mourned. A glutton, a mocker, a coward at heart, yet somehow he managed to play his own part. On the hill of slaughter a pirate stood tall, and called out for champions to face him in brawl. The Fianna in jest thrust forth Connaught, and the pirate just laughed as his challenge was called. But slyly said Conan, "There's worse at your back," and as the pirate turned he launched his attack. With one sweeping stroke he struck off his head, then fled to his comrades while they roared and they said, "He may not be fearless nor noble nor grand, but even the coward has use in this band." Many there stood, famed in story and song, who followed brave Fionn through right and the wrong. His uncle Crimmel, steadfast and true, who kept to his oath when the dark days first grew. I've seen the poet, his son and his pride, whose words still bring tears though the centuries glide. And Oscar, fierce fighter, whose fury and flame won glory in battle, though sorrow his name. And fair Diarmuid of the love spot renowned, whom no woman could spurn and no hardship could hound. And Gull, his old rival, so fierce yet so keen, whose grudges were bitter but his loyalty seen. Then rough MacLuga, so boastful and wild, and Conan of Lucher, the mischief's own child. For Fionn prized them all, though their tempers would flare, for the oath of their loyalty bound them all there. Oh, strong were the hearts of the Fianna, so bold, with oaths that were iron and stories like gold. Through trial and test their brotherhood true, the pride of old Erin in all that they do. And when Fionn was gone and the Fianna grew old, their story still lived in the songs that were told. For Keelta, Macron and Swift Runner still stayed, one of the last of the Fianna's proud blade. He lived to see Patrick, the saint of the land, and he knelt to his blessing and kissed his kind hand. The last of the warriors, he laid down his sword and gave his allegiance to Christ as his Lord. And Patrick once asked him with wonder and pride, how came the Fianna who stood at Ireland's side so mighty, so noble, that all still proclaimed their honour, their glory, their unbroken name. Then Keelta replied with his eyes shining bright, we protected the weak and we stood for what's right. Truth was our heart and strength in our arms, and we kept every word through both peace and alarms. Oh, strong were the hearts of the Fianna, so bold, with oaths that were iron and stories like gold. Through trial and test their brotherhood true, the pride of old Erin in all that they do.